Hey, Coach. I know the lineup that you guys put out there is clear. You guys were trying to take this competition seriously. Just what went wrong in that game? It seemed like the team had a really hard time building out into any kind of possession, the way that they pressed and the way you guys turned the ball over. So just kind of, what did you think was the kind of maybe one of the leading factors into the result tonight?
Yeah, Daniel, it's a really hard one because we were not ready. That's the truth. We were not ready in the first half for this fight, and that is hard to swallow because cup games are fight games first, and against lower division teams you have to be ready mentally to accept the fight. And I don't think it has anything to do with tactics or with anything else. It's that we didn't win duels, we didn't win second balls, we didn't win 1v1 duels. They were way more aggressive than we were, and if you don't have those basics, then it's very, very difficult. And I don't think we need to start talking about is a build-up shape good, is a build-up shape bad. It's not about that. It's about being ready for these fights, and we were not, unfortunately.
I guess maybe if you could just expand why you didn't feel that the team, why wasn't the team ready, maybe in your opinion, for that fight?
Right now, after the game, I cannot give an answer to that. The fact is that they were winning almost every duels, they were playing long balls, and they had the second balls, and they were had more fight in them. I cannot give you the answer right now. That is the fact from the first half. And then I think it was pretty late to react. We tried to react in the second half with playing different as well, because it wasn't easy, but they also played football, so it should be able for us as well. But we tried to be a bit more direct and give them more of a fight, which I think we did, but not enough. But the first half clearly was just not enough.
Our next question will go to Thad Bell with the Kansas City Soccer Journal. Thad, your line is open.
Hey, Coach, sorry for the result, but what do you say to the team after a performance like this? I mean, I know you're going to be disappointed, but how do you address the team?
I told them exactly what I told you right now. I told them exactly those words, and nothing else, nothing more.
Our next question will go to Chad Smith with the Kansas City Soccer Journal. Chad, your line is open.
Hey, Coach. So you said the same thing to them. How did they respond to you when you said that?
No, I mean, immediately after a game in the locker room, it's not that they respond. I gave them a message. I gave the team a message, and I think we're on the same boat, right? I told them that we all have to ask ourselves why were we not ready for this fight in the first half. That's a question every individual has to ask themselves. Why were they more hungry? Why did they want it more? Because I believe it was that first and foremost. And then there is also another response. I don't want a response right now. And of course, I mean, we've traveled back now, and then we will sit together tomorrow, and we will have to prepare the next game, which is arriving very, very fast.
Then obviously things got a little out of hand after that hard challenge on Shopee. Have you had a chance to look at it, and what did you kind of think of how the team handled that?
No, I haven't had a chance to look at it. I have obviously seen the foul against Shopee, and then obviously there's frustration, but I haven't seen the rest.
At this time, we're joined by Sporting Kansas City forward Taylor Calhera. Our first question will go to Daniel Sperry with the Kansas City Star. Daniel, your line is open.
Hey, Taylor. I know the result's a tough one to take tonight. I'm just curious from your perspective, what made the match difficult, and what were things that maybe the team could have done better in that first half to kind of manage the way that game was going?
Yeah, I mean, obviously just disappointing result in general, not just like the first half, but, the whole game. I just think, they just came out just with more fire and more desire, as a USL team, they want to be in an MLS team, so they came out fighting, and, we just got to learn from it and take this one to the chest and know that it's just, not good enough, especially for, a club this big. And so, just going to have to look at it, and, we just got a quick turnaround, so take it on the chin and come out swinging next game.
I know you played with Tulsa last year, and played in the Open Cup too with NYC FC2. I'm just curious, maybe kind of being in some of that, in the position of that lower division underdog, what is that mentality that they bring in there that might be, especially in cases like tonight, but as we see plenty of times in the Cup, that kind of makes up for the quote unquote talent gap between a lower division team and an MLS team?
Yeah, I just think everyone, their dream is probably to play in the MLS. So when you get a chance to play against an MLS team, you play like it's the World Cup final, which I've been there and done the same, and yeah, that's just it doesn't have anything to do with talent. I think it's just desire and just wanting to prove something, and but we're an MLS team and we should be able we should prove that we deserve to be here, and yeah.
Next question, we'll go to Chad Smith with the Kansas City Soccer Journal. Chad, your line is open.
Taylor, sorry for the result. A tough situation. You have to come in the second half when the team's already down 2-0. What was the message in the locker room at halftime? You guys seemed to come out with a lot of fire right after the half.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, 2-0 down, and in such an important cup, against, a USL team. The message was just we got to want it more. They came out, on the front foot, and we just had to have more desire, be better, and just kind of like reinstating, what I've said, and even still, like second half, maybe was like a little bit better, but at the same time, it wasn't good enough. We should still be able to come back, and still gave up another goal, so definitely hurts, but we'll keep working.